Cool. Wow, 69.
Yeah. Is the name important to you in the work? It seems like it. Yeah.
Not that I always know the name in the beginning. I can go through a list of 5 possibilities.
At the beginning?
Yeah.
Huh.
As I'm thinking of the idea, and it evolves.
Right.
Names come and go and come and go and come and go. And that helps oil my thinking about the piece.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
I'm going to take a close-up picture. I like macro pictures. I'm just going to take a macro picture. I know you don't like these mosquitoes. I know. You're just going to have to deal with it. This is an intense. I mean, it's like heavy.
Yes.
Oh.
Man.
Wow, sweet. Huh. Hey, was your wife an artist, Matt?
Very much.
What medium did she work in?
Weaver.
A weaver.
A hell of a lot of stuff you see in the house was hers.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
She,
Stand with you.
sorry, is Claire influenced by her work in that
we
way?
all were.
I'm forgetting. What was it? It wasn't Anya. What was her
Say it again.
What was her name?
I said Lita.
Lita.
Lyda.
Okay.
Which is an English equivalent of Liedeke, which was the Dutch. Lideke. There is Leva as in Lita and the Swan, but that was never her spelling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shall I put this back? Not quite sure how to do that.
Yeah. Here. Maybe.
There's a piece of
Does it go against the wood? Or
there's a piece of cardboard back in there too.
like that?
Mm.
How do we put this back?
I'm sorry?
How do we put this back?
I don't know. Leave it out. Although I'm going to put it back. We'll do it tomorrow.
I will set it.
You can set it over there.
Okay. Matt, if you remember Carissa Carter, who was a classmate of mine, she is working at Herman Miller in Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Herman Miller in Hong Kong.
But you're
It's almost funny.
that made me think of the wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will put it here.
Yeah.
Carefully.
Is that okay there?
Yeah, it's on a piece of carpet, so it's
It won't slip.
right. Is this me? This is me.
That's, yeah. Man, I was thinking of this earlier, and I've mentioned it. Do you remember Kim? He was a Korean guy with the glasses.
Kim.
Yeah.
I know him, but I haven't known too many Kims.
Yeah, let me think. What would you... He did the wax painting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So we worked together.
Yeah.
And at one point there was... Oftentimes at work we'll kind of reference stuff that you've said, but there was one day, and I think it was Art 60, and it was the piece on movement, maybe, perhaps? The project on, I want to say it was on movement or something like that, or transformation, something. I can't remember the specific project, but it was something about time and change over time. And the student brought in, like, just a bunch of crap, basically. And she lit it on fire. And it was a plastic plate, and the plastic plate was burning. And everyone knew it was just a train wreck. And you had said to her, you said, well, if you invented fire, that would have been something. As it was. And it was such a kind of slightly sharp but yet gentle way of telling her you just didn't deliver at all. But yeah, there have been many moments where you had invented.
Well, some people are just smart ass, and you never can quite tell whether it's more smart or more ass.
Yeah. But something you said earlier made me think of that, and I feel like, boy.
But I can't blame all the kids because there's a lot of bravado going on. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff that's just extravagant, vulgar, self-important show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's what. Huh.
You know what I'm curious about too, though, is like because so I taught Art 60 last spring.
I'm sorry?
I taught Art 60 last spring.
Yeah.
And I probably did a horrible job of it. I'm fairly certain of that. But one of the things I was struggling with, and I can't imagine how you dealt with it, but you have such expertise.
I have what?
Such expertise and skill. Come on.
Some kinds, yes.
Yes, okay. But how you kind of see students who don't have that skill and are fumbling and are learning, and kind of
everybody's got their something.
Yeah.
Some people cook, some people sew.
Yeah.
Among the women. A lot of guys pound nails like crazy. Or use a saw. Or use a laser cam.
Mm-hmm.
We all have our vehicle.
Yeah.
Maybe more than one.
Yeah. But I guess for me, the struggle I had was seeing students who I could tell, I knew that I could tell them what to do to make it better. And I wanted to, because I wanted it to be better. But also kind of how trying to have the discipline to just let them come to it on their own. And I wonder, as a teacher, how you...
Well, you get clever about that, how to instigate without, illustrating.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you're feeling responsive enough to do it, you can mention 3 or 4 or 5 different treatments,
mm-hmm.
and they still have to choose
mm-hmm.
or blend.
Yeah.
Rather than to give a single option for change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If it's multiple, they still can choose.
Yeah.
And not only can they choose from the elements within the multiplicity, but it suddenly seems possible to think more thoughts about it than they thought about it.
Yeah. So how does... I'm curious if you see connections then between your work as a teacher and your work as an artist, or however you describe what you do.
It's a hard one. What's crossing my mind is the notion that the student becomes just like another finger on your hand, an extension of what you are. But that's almost diametrically opposed to the thought that the student should be made independent by you. But there is a dependency and an independence, and one can follow the other.
Mm-hmm.